They're trying to hurry before this court makes their ruling. That is good. We're going to start banning from county to county now, even. So, exactly. All right, good. Okay, so nobody's new, right, to 100K? Everybody's been coming. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Recently.
All right, very good. And have you come to the first two of this session, or were you at previous sessions?
Previous session.
Okay, good. All right, perfect. So you're going to see a lot of the same stuff, all right, with a few different twists maybe, but you got me, Jim? Okay, perfect. But the nice thing is we should be able to bang through this stuff pretty quickly because now, A, smaller group is good, and number two, we're not going to spend the time on the fluff, right? The stuff at the beginning, all the mindset stuff, which is good. All right, we need to hear. So if you haven't heard that and need to rehear it, go watch a YouTube video of it and catch something there. But we're going to dig right into the meat and get down to work. Maybe that's why everybody knew that. That's why they're not showing up. All right, okay. We're done playing around. Now it's time to go to work and that first stuff was fun. All right, but maybe not so much fun anymore. So we'll still make it fun though. I promise. We had a good time I promised them I'd be out by 8:30 last night. We started at 7, and they all laughed at me. And I said, I promise, all right? And then they took me off track. They always get me diverted, right? And I think we were out by 8:55. So but with this smaller group, we should be able to be out by 11. All right, we'll get you out by 11, and unless you get me off track, all right? And then we'll have to do it, which I'm easily diverted, so we'll work on that. You guys can help me stay on track. So, all right. Let's go around, just since there's such a small group, introduce yourself, make sure everybody knows who you are.
I'm Patty Barlow. I'm with Future Home for now 2 years, and I've been a realtor for 5 years.
Awesome, great.
I'm Margie Carson. I think it's been 5 years, can't recall.
Okay, very good. It's either very long or short 5 years, one of the two, right? Exactly, good, awesome.
I'm Amy Johnson. Patty introduced me to Future Home.
Awesome.
And I've been here about a year and something.
You're in something. All right, good deal. Is that how long you've been in real estate too?
2 years.
Okay, 2 years. So were you with another company for a bit? Okay, okay, good, awesome. Well, glad to have you back.
I'm Jessica Tidrina, and I've been with Future Home for coming up on a year.
Awesome, good deal. Came off a team and now doing it on your own. Awesome.
Sam Cratha, not even a year yet with Future Home, but I've been in real estate for 15.
Perfect, good deal. Hey.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning. Traffic's bad on Ulmerton.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, all over the place. Now remember, we're gonna look at the positive. What does bad traffic mean? There's a lot of people living here. They need a place to live, right? All these are good things. You could be living in some dust bowl in Iowa, all right, trying to sell real estate, right? Oh, God. Okay, we got 3 people going to buy this year, all right? And there are 18 of us realtors here in town, all right? Now it's just who's the fastest draw, right? It's kind of the old West. So that's the good news, right? That when things are busy, that's a good thing because things are busy, all right? So we're going to focus on the positive, all right? So we were just going around since we're such a small group this morning because everybody knows we're going to go to work today. All right, so just everybody else introduce themselves. Remind us who you are, Jessica.
Kristen Mendez.
Yep.
Just switched over to Future Home earlier this year.
Perfect. Awesome. Been in the business how long again?
Just under a year.
Just under a year. Perfect. Good deal. All right. Awesome. All right. So let's get down to work. Everybody's been here. We've had our tasks. We had our assignments from last time. We were going to break out the Hulk at the end and see how we did, right? Remember we went with our 12-step program. Hi, my name is, and we went around telling. Were you here last session?
Yeah.
Okay, right. That's right, but you came, all right, and that's a good thing, because you come because you know what? We still need to take our lumps sometimes, all right, and and I know you've had some things happen in your life, right? Yeah, so that's okay, but I'm glad you're here, all right? That's the important thing, right? I do P90X3. You guys know P90X? That Tony Horton guy, all right? You've seen his infomercials on TV, right? Okay, all right. P90X, he started way back, and he's a funny guy, but you ever done?
I do.
Oh, you know? Yeah, I love him. He's an energetic, he's a realistic guy, all right? He's in his, I think he's probably late 50s now, early 60s. He's just in fantastic shape. It's incredible, right? It's just incredible what, the amount of pull-ups and, he can do. Hey, good morning, all right? That's okay, we're just getting started, all right? So with that in mind, the cool thing is we were talking about, he just, he says, hey, you know what? Just do it. Just, you know what? I'm just glad you're here, right? Did you ever say that? Because I'm doing P90X3, which is the 30-minute version of it, so I can try and get stuff down, all right? And he says, I'm just glad you're here, all right? You know, everybody else is sitting in their recliner eating chips right now, and you're here, right? You know, because it's all on DVD. So that's the same thing. I'm just glad you're here, right? It doesn't, you know what? And if you didn't get everything done, that's okay. You show up and you come out and you say, hey, you know what? I need to get that done. We'll retask you, all right? Because we're not going to just accept that, you know, that's what it is, but we're going to retask you, but that you're here to help, we're going to help you do that, all right? Okay, two of you just came in, we went in and introduced ourselves real fast because we're a smaller group, so.
Michelle Wood,
Michelle Wood, how long in the business and how long with us?
just 4 months and 4 months.
All right, good deal, awesome. What line of work did you come out of, Michelle?
Medical aesthetic
Oh.
sales and operations.
Ah, very cool, awesome, good deal.
Karen Perkins.
Yeah.
How long? What was the question?
How long? How long?
Sorry,
How long in the business?
In traffic. That's
Yeah,
where
I know.
everybody else
All
might
right,
be.
okay. I know.
I have been in the business 12 years with you for 2.
Awesome, perfect. And you came to us through 100K, didn't you? Start coming to 100K back in the day,
Exactly,
right?
I
Exactly.
sure did.
Okay, over there at Pro,
Yep,
right? I can't remember when you guys came. Perfect, awesome, good deal. All right, so we're gonna get down to business. Here we are. All right, so we're gonna get right into our corn planting. All right, we're done with I call it the fluff, even though it's the fluff, it's the important stuff, right? All that mindset, mentality kind of thing. So some of us will have to go back and revisit that on occasion because we need a healthy dose of that on a consistent basis. All right, but we want to stick some time in here and remember that this is simple.
I got this.
Yeah, you do. Everybody where's your wristbands? Everybody, go.
My son.
Gee, yeah, my
It's on my
son.
desk, so I stare at it.
Okay, very good.
That's right.
All right, okay. All right, see, look, they love that. All right, good deal. All right, so if you weren't here last time, I know. You know what? I ordered 100 of them, and they're gone. All right, they're all, you know what? So we'll have to either reorder or you can, steal one from somebody else's kid. All right, so, because remember, that was all based on Samuel, right? Because Samuel, my son, that, by the way, he's doing great. All right, it was it's just knocking at A's in math now again, and science is back. Everything's good. But he has his band that he wears now as well. So because remember, his starts with, "I'm smart." I had to remind him that he's smart. I'm smart. This is simple. I got this. All right. And for those of you that haven't been here before, this is simple. I got this is our mantra because we're not going to overcomplicate. Right. Mm-hmm. We're just going to make this a step-by-step, simple process. And because it's really not that hard. We talked about tennis lessons, right, last time, right? Did we tell you that I was looking up tennis lessons for my son Joseph a couple years ago, and it said top 100 tennis lessons online, right? So I thought, you know what? Let me check it out, free, right? Better than the $85 a lesson I'm, paid the coach last time, right? So I dig in there, and it says lesson 1. It said hit shots here, and it shows a guy hitting a shot, and the ball lands, and it gives a close up of where the ball's landing. Back baseline, sideline, the ball barely nicking the corner of those two lines, right? Which, if you know in tennis, is in, right? Hits the line, it's in, depending on who you're playing. All right, sometimes you get some, because tennis is a self-judging sport unless you're way up, right? And so if you're playing somebody that's legitimate, right, they're going to call that shot in. So it says, lesson 1, hit shots here, all right? Lessons 2 through 100, repeat lesson 1. All right, okay, and that's pretty much all I'm going to teach you here is, hey, I'm going to show you for corn planting, lesson 1, do this, right? Lessons 2 through 100, repeat lesson 1. All right, it's you know what, are you following? By the way, introduce yourself and tell us who you are. That's all right.
I'm Jimena.
Hey, Jimena, good to have you back. All right, good deal. And how long in the business and how long with Future Home?
In the business, a year and 3 months,
Uh-huh.
and with FHR 4 months.
Yeah, just in time to come to the Christmas party, right? You said, you got to hurry up, we got to sign up because I want to come to the Christmas party. All right, and then she came on over. That was perfect. All right, awesome. Oh, and Tim, you didn't do, yeah.
Here, I've been here before.
Yeah.
This is my second go around.
Perfect.
Because I missed a few lessons. Just a good place to be. I got 2 closings today.
Nice, awesome.
The sell and the buy.
Perfect.
Mentors partnered up with me on, or Sherry Lowry.
Miss Sherry Lowry, Perfect.
We got those at 3.
Awesome. How long in the business and how long with us?
Pushing 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
1 year with you, with Future Home, and there's no other place to be like this. Is the place.
Amen. I think you're preaching to the choir, but that's all right. We can keep preaching to the choir. That's good.
First one, Century 21, and after 41% of my commission, it was it's like, you know what, we got a better deal.
Here you go. Absolutely. Life's too short to be on a 60-40 split. That's what I always say. I'm going to put that on a band. Right? Amen. All right, here we go. Okay, so this is simple. I got this. We're not going to overcomplicate it, right? We're going to get down to business. And this is what we're all about in Corn, remember? Okay, we call them bank-owned open houses, traffic-generating events. I don't care where you do it. Could be at the flea market, right? Where, you know, you're hanging out with Sherry Lowry's group and you know, by the way, but what do their signs say at the flea market? Yeah. Foreclosure, right? Okay, foreclosure information. It's not just real estate information, it's foreclosure information. That F word, it's not 4 letters, but it's a lot longer, but it is a very attractive F word because we want to generate traffic, all right? That's all we're all about, is we want to get eyeball to eyeball with people, right? That's our whole goal. Start following the 100K group page. If you haven't, keep following it, because I'm telling you, there are stories flying of people that are implementing and getting things done. They are not waiting around. Now, some of them, all right, there's one agent in Orlando. She's a newer agent in Orlando, newer to the business, Brooke. She was kind of a rock star because she posted like her picture of how she had her setup at her open house, had a really nice table with that, all that. Okay, really, because she's done like presentations like at trade shows and stuff like that before. I was like, man, you know, I showed up with the public records and, you know, a photocopy of my business card attached to it or something like that. You know, that's all. And it worked for me, but you know, that would really work. You're giving them water? Amen, right? She had this, yeah, so you're way ahead of me. So, but she set it up and did all this stuff. But let me tell you the story about Brooke, right? So Brooke was, I got to have everything perfect. Because she owned a bookstore before. She owned like an old, you know, kind of exchange, kind of consignment type of bookstore kind of thing. Really cool. So she had some good people skills, right? You know, she knew how to do that. But she'd been in the business since like October. And I came, well, just 100K will be starting up again. We'll get you, you know. And so, okay, what, you know. And so she finally said, all right, I said, stop it. Stop planning. Start doing, all right? Stop planning, start doing. She said, well, so she came to a coffee chat we had in at the Dr. Phillips office. She's over in the Orlando area, right? And our Dr. Phillips area is smaller, and she was the only one. I said, lucky you, here you are. We're one-on-one, let's go. I said, she goes, yeah, but I was just looking at, and I said, and you guys, that's Trixie, right? Trixie is who? Not Jeanette. Jeanette's my wife. Trixie is a dog, right? Exactly. And when Trixie starts to jump on me or anybody, right? Okay, so she knows now, right? So, all right. So if you hear me at you, that's my version of cockamamie. Okay, all right. Okay, as your coach, all right. That's a big at. Yeah, we kind of joked last night that, you know what, we need to learn to at ourselves. All right. So as soon as I start reaching for that cookie, right? As soon as I start reaching for the Dr. Pepper, okay, right? Get to the water. Where is it, right? It's around. Mine's around somewhere, all right? So that's what we have to do. So if we can learn to at ourselves, all right, that's where we want to be. So Brooke says to me, yeah, but okay, here we go. Here's what we're going to do. It's you and I. I said, what is holding you back from sitting in a bank-owned open house? She said, everything. I said, what do you, she goes, I don't know how. I said, okay, forget it. She goes, I don't know how to. So we went on the MLS. So what zip code are you interested in? She said, this zip code. REO, zip codes, the only 2 parameters I put in, okay? Boom, 10 showed up. I said, here what we're gonna do, we're gonna send an email to all 10 of these listing agents. And then you're gonna follow it up with a text, follow it with a call, which will usually end up in a voicemail, right? You guys see the post I put last night? I did it real fast because that's the email I created for her, right? It's posted in the 100K group page now. Just a sample email, tweak it, make it you, right? I'm not just saying, and she did, she tweaked it. But that morning, I tasked her, I said, hey, look, I'm going to go ahead to a lunch and learn over our Winter Park office. By the time I'm done with the lunch and learn at 2 o'clock, I want to report back on what you've heard after your texts and phone calls after you've sent these 10 emails, all right? Texted me, sure enough, Bob found 2 agents that said, no problem, love to have you sit my open houses, all right? I've got one scheduled for Sunday, all right? And that's where I am so far. The other one I'm going to take a look for next weekend. I said, great, good job. All right, we're out of planning and into doing. Good job. Well, she texted me. I checked in on her because again, those who show up get attention from me. We've got 1,000 agents, right? How do you? Well, I'm going to pay attention to people that show up, right? People that raise their hand say, hey, you know what, let's go, all right? And that's the people who get my attention, right? So I'm here and I said, all right, let's make it happen. So I texted her on Friday, said, are you still scheduled out for and here's what she did. She also made some flyers about the house, all right? Because she did some more planning. I said, that's fine, plan but do, all right? Made some flyers about the house. And why are you gonna make the flyers? Well, because I wanna hand them out. I said, great. I said, why else? She said, well, I was planning on going to preview the home on Friday, and I figured I'd walk the neighborhood and at least go knock on 20 doors. I said, awesome idea, right? So then she went and did that, and her goal was to face-to-face with 10 people when she knocked. She was going to keep knocking. I'll hand out 20, all right? But the last 10, I'm not handing them out until I can get face-to-face with people. So if I go to the next house, I have to keep going, and she did that, right? And got to meet some people. She was planned for Sunday, but that was that Sunday, a couple Sundays ago when you guys had like a mini hurricane roll through. You guys remember that? Okay. All right. And it was really bad over there. All right. So she said, I saw the weather report and said, here's what she could have done, right? Oh, things are conspiring against me. God doesn't love me anymore, right? I had all this planned and now my signs would blow over and no. All right. What did she do? Let me just change it to Saturday. That's the beauty of a bank-owned open house. They're vacant. All right? They should be at least. All right? Okay, unless we have, squatters hanging out there, right? Okay, but you got to pay attention to that. But for the most part, they're vacant. All right? At least legally, they're supposed to be vacant. And she changed it to Saturday, did her open house. That's where she snapped the first photo that she showed us. And I think 3 or 4 people that she's working with had sent lists to from the people she met that day. People she had no idea, and she would not have met had she continued to plan, right? So I'm telling you, just be prepared. We had our list of what things that you were going to commit to do between now and last time we were together, right? Remember that? All right, I remember, because I have it written down, all right? Okay, this time, you're going to have some stuff to task, all right? But in addition to that, I guarantee this, you've got 2 options. One of our tasks is going to, you come to me and show me you've got 3 houses under contract, or you show me a selfie with you in front of some type of traffic generating event. One of the 2, all right? Either one, all right? Either you're so busy closing my 3 under contract that I don't have time to sit an open house, or I'm sitting at least 1 open house, period. If you got 3 under contract, great, okay? No problem, that's your get out of jail free card, all right? If you don't have at least 2 under contract, not enough, all right, okay? I want to see, all right, you selfie, bank-owned open house. Got it? All right, because we're not going to plan anymore, we're stop planning, start doing, because this is happy do year, all right? Absolutely, okay? We're not happy plan year. Okay, happy plan year was last year. All right, this is happy do year. Got it? All right, cool. All right. So anyway, so Brooke now has 3 or 4 from there. Next weekend sits Saturday and Sunday. Because here's the thing. Because right now we're having coffee chats like every week in Orlando. Because I'm there all the time. Because I'm trying to grow Orlando, so I'm there every week, right? So she shows up at the next lunch and learn because we're alternating coffee chat to lunch and learn in the offices there, right? So she shows up at the next lunch and learn, and she's panicking. All right, I say, Brooke, hey, I saw your post. Great job, open house. You got 3 or 4 people you're working with. That's awesome. She goes, yeah, but nobody, no one's writing an offer. I said, hang on. All right, corn's fast, but all right, we still have to do some work here, right? But she's like, how come these people aren't responding to me? What's going on? And you know what my answer was? Go do more. Well, I said, go do more. I said, the only way to get stuff coming out the bottom of a funnel is to pour more stuff in the top. You just keep filling it up. You keep filling it up. And those who, but these people seemed really excited. Okay, seemed excited. Remember our 4 criteria, right? What's a buyer to us? Able to buy, all right? Willing to buy, needs to buy, and loyal to you. Okay? 4 criteria, and they have to meet all 4, right? If they meet all 4, then they are a qualified buyer in your eyes, all right? Someone you're willing to work with. If they're not, if they're missing some of it, they're able, all right, but not willing right now, meaning, hey, look, if I can buy something in the next 18 months to decade, okay, all right, great, don't throw them away. Just put them in that little CRM, let them drip along, get them an email, but you're not going to count that. You're not, hey, I got one, all right? That is not a fish on the line. That is not on the hook, okay? Everybody got that? Okay? So you just got to go do the work and things will show up. So you put, and she said, what should I do? I said, go again, do it more, do it more, do it more, do it more, all right? And you start to fill this thing up, and then what happens, I don't know if it's cosmic. She goes, it was amazing because then I found some. By the way, okay, flash forward, we're now 2 weeks later. Out of the second weekend, she met a cash buyer, not interested in that home, but she had one in her neighborhood that happened to be a bank foreclosure, wrote a Fannie Mae offer on Friday of last week. All right, haven't heard back of whether she got it accepted or not, but she's in the, you know what I mean? But she's doing. How do you learn stuff? You do. Right? That's absolutely it. So she's just pouring in, just go do. All right? Don't wait. No more planning. All right? We're just going to go do. There's a great line. You're seeing the Super Bowl is a good example of this, right? Be around the ball. If you're around the ball, something good could happen. All right? What's the dude, the really short dude, white dude with a heavy beard? Julian, is it Edelman? Right, the guy who made that catch where it bounced off like 6 legs and then and it landed on that dude's arms and he ended up catching in the last 2.5 minutes, right? Yeah. Okay, what happened? He was around the ball. Hockey players, hockey players be around the net. I think somewhere like there's a stat that says like 75% of hockey goals are not scored on the initial shot, but on the rebound, right? Because the first shot gets blocked, right? They get blocked, but people that are around the net clean it up, all right? And now the goalie's out of position because he was too busy, trying to protect the first shot. And now you've got a little crease up here, and next thing you know, it's right over his left shoulder, and it's done. All right, but who gets the reward? Those who are around the net. People hanging out saying, boy, we almost made that first shot. No, 75% chance it's not going in. All right, or better than that, but a 75% chance if a goal is going to be scored, it's going to be by somebody cleaning up the mess, right? You just be around it. Someone told a story last night at the 100K Club that he was previewing a bank-owned open house to see if it might be one that he might want to consider sitting in an open house, right? And as he's there, he's pulling out of the driveway, someone's driving by, and he sees someone's trying to call the number on the sign, right? A client. So Tony just says, hey, do you want to see the house? Yeah. He hung up the phone, all right, walked in, wrote a cash offer, got it, is under contract right now. Be around the net, right? Tell Tyler Chef. Tyler, you guys know Tyler? Yeah. Okay, Tyler does investment properties and all sorts of stuff, but when he started coming to 100K, he said, I'm going to become really good at these bank-owned properties. So he started previewing every bank-owned property that he could in an area that he wanted to attack. Every time he'd go, he'd throw a card down on the counter, right? Every time, throw a card, throw a card, throw a card, throw a card, all right? 5 weeks later, gets a call from somebody, says, are you Tyler Chef? Yeah. Hey, it sounds like you're the expert in bank-owned properties. And Tyler's like, yeah, you got me. That's right. Hashtag bank-owned property guy or something like that, right? And so he's like, yeah, right? And so the guy said, oh, yeah, I've been looking at these bank-owned properties and your card's on all of them, all right? So I figured you must know about these things. He said, oh, yeah, no problem. What can I tell you? And then he said, well, you're at all these, are you a realtor? And he goes, no. I just call the realtors and all the listing agents, and they just give me the code to get in. So they were the listing agent, too lazy, right, to go meet somebody, all right, gives them the code. He goes in and says, hey, this Tyler guy, who's Tyler? Who's Tyler? Who's Tyler? Who's Tyler, right? They see Tyler everywhere around, all right? They call Tyler, and Tyler ended up selling 2 houses from people that he met through that. Just be around the net, right? Just go do something. Have some activity and good things will happen, all right? Question. Who, in the last, because it's been 3 weeks. I know, you guys are going through withdrawals. You haven't seen me in 3 weeks. Is that bad? All right? Tim, we saw each other yesterday, though, all right? So that was good. That's good.
Another week.
See, I'm still trying to recoup from the last one. Exactly. All right? And we'll never do, I don't think we have any more 3-week gaps, so that's good. I think it'll be all 2 weeks from here on out, so until we finish this session, so that's good. Who in the last 3 weeks has done a bank-owned or a traffic-generating event? Anybody? Awesome. Okay, regular open house?
I have 7 listings right now.
Perfect.
And I'm working the listings.
Awesome. Great, you should.
Either me or one of my team members are doing open houses.
That's
every weekend.
Awesome. How's your traffic on a regular open house?
Well, it's kind of.
Hit or miss?
Hit or miss.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
Fair
had-
enough.
In one house that was a new listing, we had most of the neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
And it was mostly like a neighborhood thing, but
Right?
that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, we're working on that.
Still getting eyeball to eyeball with people, making
Yeah.
connections, and then there's nothing wrong with that, okay?
And some grab buyers from that.
Absolutely, you can. Sure enough.
We've done-
Because,
We
hey,
had actually one that it was a new listing, brought her 3 offers, the seller,
Mm-hmm.
3 offers, and then she decided, it was a little disappointing, obviously, but
Yeah.
she decided she didn't want to sell her house. And she wasn't willing, in the willing stage, and I
Uh-huh.
guess we didn't realize it when we listed her condo, because she thought she didn't want it, and when 3 other people wanted it, we were getting her full price.
yeah, why do people want this so bad? Maybe I want it.
Maybe I She got all freaked out, and so, you know, she wants to withdraw.
Yeah,
So whatever, let her go.
exactly.
That's what I'm doing.
Right? You got these 3 people.
Right.
All right, go find them something else. Bet you the other condo for sale in that complex.
You bet.
Absolutely, right? You know, so you just go. All right, great, regular open house, getting traffic. Things are happening around the net. Who else? I had some other hands raised.
I did one last weekend.
A regular open house or?
Regular open house.
Okay, awesome. How'd it go?
I got about 6 people.
Nice.
And I put an offer in for one yesterday.
Beautiful. For one of the people you met at the.
People I met.
Awesome. Great job. And how'd you? Was that your listing?
No, it wasn't. It was through 100K Club.
Perfect. Awesome. Oh, good. Was that one of Manny's?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, Manuel, that's perfect. Tim.
I did something this year. I couldn't find buyers or sellers.
Huh?
It was just a little slow period, so I bought a house.
Mm-hmm.
I bought the 137. It's now valued right around 195.
Mm-hmm.
Within 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes you just gotta think outside the box and
Be your own buyer. Yeah, absolutely. Pay yourself a commission. All right, absolutely. Take it
the
all.
cool thing was
Make
is
more.
Jim acted as the thing, so I would get a commission. My
Yeah.
commission paid the down payments, my personal home, and so it cost little to nothing to get in.
That's right.
It's a sweetheart of a deal.
And a personal deal, we should only take in $25 instead of $250. Is your primary residence?
You know, I didn't even think about it, so you're so gracious.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at you, generosity generation guy.
I just,
All right. Take a look at it, because if it's your primary residence, once a year we allow you to do it, and it's only $25 is all we charge instead
I
of
would do
$250.
that.
All right.
I
Okay.
appreciate you.
No problem. Well, check it out. If we owe you $225, I've written $225 checks back to people all the time. So, all right, just because if we overcharge. So, good. All right, great job, great job. Who else? Jessica?
I did 2 bank owned.
2 bank owned. Where'd you find the bank owned?
I just, like you said, looked up REO
Mm-hmm.
in the city I was looking in.
And who was the agent? Do you mind sharing who the listing agent was? Do you remember? Yeah. Okay. How many calls did it take to get someone to say yes?
One. But I did learn
Okay.
that you can't do Fannie Mae.
Fannie Mae will tell you that, and that's BS. Okay.
Somebody did
So,
tell me that.
yeah. They'll tell you that. All right. Talk to Christina Griffin, who does a lot of Fannie Mae. She said, "Oh yeah, anytime, place, anywhere, no problem." Yeah. So that's a no. All right. And say, you don't need to give me an excuse. Just tell me no.
Yeah.
All right. Don't give me this BS. Fannie Mae doesn't allow it. All right. Whatever. Okay, great. If that's what they would do, don't get in an argument with them. Just say, okay, no problem. Thanks. Have a great day. Then call the next Fannie Mae person. All right, because they might say yes. All right. Good. Awesome. How'd it go when you had those 2?
The first one was really good. I had like 9 people.
Mm-hmm.
It was the day after the storm, so
Yeah.
it was a terrible wind.
Right.
Second time, I only had 2 people.
Okay. How were your? What days did you do them?
Monday and Friday.
Monday and Friday. Everybody hear that? It's not Saturday and Sunday only. So Monday and Friday. Was it a good traffic area or tough to get to?
It was good.
Okay.
Easy.
Awesome. Is it sold yet? Would you sit it again?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah or no? I mean, seriously, because or would you try and find a different one? You think?
a different one.
Okay, good, and that's fair. I mean, that's how you learn, right? How do you know something's good or not, Jim?
Another thing you can do is just schedule a 4-hour showing and then say, hey, I've given all my buyers directions on how to get there, and I gotta put some signs out just in case they get lost.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You want to tell me no? All right, I've got a 4-hour showing.
My buyers are
Exactly.
Don't worry about it.
That's right. Well, Tony, the guy who ran into the person that was trying to call the number on the sign, right? I said, well, now you've got some work to do. Take an air card and your laptop and just sit in your car. Kind of stalk the house, right? Just hang out, get some work done. People driving by real slow, just hop out, say, hey, wave them down. You want to see the place, right? Just, what the heck, Okay, what's that?
Be Rocket Tony.
Rocket Tony, exactly.
Flying.
Here we go. I'm to your rescue. I can show you this now. That's it. Well, awesome. Good deal. Anybody you're working with from that group? Okay, you know what the answer is?
Do.
Do more. Absolutely. Go put more in the funnel. All right, go put more in the funnel. That's as simple as it gets, guys. Okay? Lesson 1, do that. Lessons 2 through 100, do that. All right? Repeat lesson 1. I can just keep it up. That is awesome.
I've also done the flea market.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
Awesome.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right? And here's it. Now, on the flea market, you're paying a 25% referral to the people that own the booth, all right? Big flipping deal. All right? You're no longer at Century 21. You're still ahead of the game. You're paying them 41%, all right? So instead you're going to pay Sherry 25%. Big deal. All right? It's a good, you know what? And sell 25% more so you still get it done. All right? Whatever it takes, all right? I'm with you. Get it done. Sam.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
I took a listing this week for a condo.
Mhm.
They're doing an estate sale,
Mhm.
professional estate sale.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be there as well
Yeah.
at the time.
Yep.
So what I'm wondering is, you know, these, the estate sale people have a mailing list, so people are gonna come to the sale
Yep.
from their mailing list.
Uh-huh.
How do I capture, I mean, they're there for the estate sale,
Right.
not for an open house. How
Right.
am I gonna get people to give me their contact information?
Be there and hang out and dialogue with them. Those who rise up will rise up. All right. Again, I get that question a lot. It's a great question, so thank you for asking. How do I can't get anybody. Oh, no problem. I can't get people to sign in at my open houses. How did you do that, Bob? I didn't. I never had a sign-in sheet. I handed out my stuff, and by the end of me talking to them, if they didn't say, please call me and give me their information, right?
We're actually doing you a favor.
They are, right? Yeah, exactly.
really
Because,
are.
you know, I just didn't, again, I'm not going to talk somebody into them wanting me to work with them. All right? I mean, I'm just going to tell them what I do. And if they need my help, all right, and if I get, now again, don't get me wrong, we have to get good at that, right? Which is converting the walk-in traffic into business. But how do we learn that? There you go. Right? The beauty of it when you're going to meet 9, 12, 16, 20 at a bank at the flea market, shoot, you get real good and fast, right? Because people are flying by as fast as you can. They're stopping in, and so you just like, oh, let me tweak that. Let me tweak that. And you get 48 chances to tweak. All right? I don't care how bad you are. After 48 chances, you're better. Am I right? Okay? You have no choice but to be better. It's just, you know, how can you do that? All right? And so that's the cool thing is getting a lot of opportunity, right? Just gets you good real fast. Whereas before, some of the old school stuff, all right, let's sit at the gated open house and, you know what I mean? You get one shot a day, all right? And you're like, okay, it's going to take you 52 weeks to get the experience you would have got in one day at the flea market, right? And because of that, the one person that does come in who doesn't meet the criteria, not only doesn't meet all 4, doesn't meet any of them, all right? You're still hanging on to them. Oh my God, all right? I can't waste 3 hours, all right? So I got to pretend like they're a buyer, all right? Okay, like they're interested, or they, you know what I mean? And they're none of those things, none of them, all right? So, hey, no, we don't make any judgments on them, all right? We just grade them, okay? All right? Okay? F, and F, all right? You're out, okay? Sorry, you are not passing my criteria. I'm gone, right? And so, or I put them in my drip system and let them, you know, percolate for a while and see what happens, all right? But don't count them as a buyer, all right? Great stuff, though. And so I never tried to force anybody, hey, you can't leave, sorry. All right? You know, blocking the door. All right? You can't get out until you give me your stuff. Or what are they going to give you? Mickey@mickeymouse.com. Here's my email address. All right? 813-555-5555. All right? Okay, now can I leave? Okay, yeah, now you can leave. All right? Who cares? You want somebody that says yes. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yesterday, I'm doing the GRI one.
Yeah.
And they said that in the open houses, we should ask the people coming in, we should ask them if they are working with someone.
Sure. Yeah. I agree, because remember our 4 criteria? Willing, wants to, needs to, loyal to you, right? And if we're all 3, they passed all 3, and we get to the 4th one, hey, you know, oh yeah, would you like me to send you some information, you know, because right now you're kind of wandering around like a in the wilderness looking for houses, obviously, because you popped into my open house. How about if we start to shoot with a rifle? Let's go with the scope. Let's narrow down what you're looking for, all right? Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Send me a list. I'll add it to the other 13 I'm getting. What? Oh, yeah, I've got about 13 people sending me stuff. I said, great, have a great day, all right? You go on ahead, right? Obviously working with somebody. So, yeah, I would absolutely ask that question because you want people that are, loyal to you. All right? Now, if they step, oh, yeah, I'm working with somebody, but they're terrible. All right? Well, tell me about it. What's making them terrible in your eyes? All right? Well, well, have you signed anything with them? All right? Well, great. Today's your lucky day. You just met a non-terrible realtor. Seriously, that's what I say. Hey, look, today's your lucky day. You've met your last realtor. Remember, that was my goal. I wanted them to walk out to the car and say, hey, I may not be ready to go right now, but if I do, that dude's my dude. All right? And I want him to say dude and dude because it means we're getting along pretty well. All right? Okay? All right? That gentleman is my guy that the gentleman I would use to transact my real estate business. Probably not Michael. You know, I'm hanging out outside remember I was out on the porch because it smelled in the house. All right? Okay? Okay, bank-owned open houses. I'm telling you, you guys got lucky. You guys are they're all renovating these bank-owned open houses now. They're like fresh carpet, brand new appliances, AC cranking at 68 degrees. Back in the day, I can tell you some stories. They weren't doing any of that when I was doing it. These HUD foreclosures I was sitting, all right, yeah, okay. The stuff I've seen, all right, it's good, all right. So are we good? Awesome, that's great. I'm loving to hear that we're taking action, right? Because guess what? I got a secret for you. Ready for some really sound advice? No action will happen until you take action. Let me repeat that. Ready? There it is. No action will happen until you take action. Right? Planning doesn't do it. Remember General George Patton? A good plan executed today is far better than a perfect plan never executed. Right? Got to go do it. All right? Got to go do it. And we get good at that just by practice. All right? Alrighty, Jessica, you feel better about doing this now than you did before you did one? Yeah, absolutely. All right? Are you nervous when you first start? Absolutely. Why wouldn't you be? Right? Anything new is nervous. Right? See me on ice skates. All right? Okay? Yeah, get nervous, right? I'm not good at it. It's uncomfortable. It's not natural to me, right? So the more you do it, the more natural it becomes, all right? And you start to make things happen. Becoming an expert in investor buying. We got a class, Jim. It's on our YouTube channel, right? Speak the language of an investor. Go check it out. It's a great class. Teaches you how to talk the language of what investors want to hear. Cap rate, ROI, all the different things that an investor really cares about. All right, we try and sell an investor on the frilly curtains over the window, over the sink in the kitchen. All right, and like, can I rent it for more because of that? Well, okay, then I don't care. Right? The only reason they care about 18 by 18 tile is that they get an extra $17 a month rent because it has tile. All right? Compared to one that doesn't. If it does, then they're, okay, tell me about that. All right? But unless it doesn't add to their bottom line, they don't care. Right? And so that's the different language. Why speak French to someone who speaks German? Right? Am I with you? Are you with me? Are we all together? Let's put it that way. Okay. All right. Okay. See. And why speak Spanish to someone that's French or German, right? But seriously, speak the language that they understand, right? And by the way, we say this in the class. If an investor finds a realtor that actually knows how to speak their language, they will cling. You talk about clinging to a buyer. You talk about buyers clinging to you. You will not be able to shake them off. All right? Seriously. Instead of the buyer trying to shake you off, right, because you're trying to convince yourself that they're really a buyer, these investors, it's that we joke in the class, it's the Jerry Maguire moment. Remember, you had me at hello? Yeah. All right, okay? It's the, you had me at cap rate, all right? A realtor that knows how to understand cap rate, first of all, you have to pick them off the floor. You got to, wave smelling salts because they fainted, all right? Because most realtors are clueless on that because they get like, the only time I had to do that was in the test and I asked the instructor, if I miss all the math, can I still pass? Right? You remember that? Okay. Right? Even if I get all the math wrong, can I still get it to that 75? Right? And the answer is yes, you can. So like, okay, forget it. I'm going to pour into the other stuff. All right? I'm just going to guess, and I've got a 25% chance if there are 4 multiple choice that I'll get one right, a couple right? So, and kind of roll with that. But now, okay, wow, that we're going to use that. So that class goes through all that and teaches you how to do it. All right? By the way, if you weren't at the couple things coming down the pike for us at Future Home, we are retasking all sorts of stuff because we're gearing up for 5X growth is what we're calling it. All right, we're big now. We got a 5-year plan to be 5 times as big as we are. All right, but in order to do that, we've got to be able to handle that growth, right? So we're retasking all sorts of things, putting some stuff together. One thing that's coming along is FHRUniversity.com. Will be a separate site where you can just go to. We're going to throw up a bunch of YouTubes as we train them. At the bottom will be, hey, look, what do you want to know? Right? Can't find a class? Okay, what would you like to hear? Right? Put it there, boom, we'll record it. All right, and boom, just keep loading stuff up, filling it. It's real simple, 4 different categories, and boom, 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 just throw it. This stuff will be in there. The investor class, all that stuff will be on YouTube. Watch it. We got to have a revision of the FAR bar contract. You guys know that coming out? All right, April 17th, new FAR bar contracts coming out. There is a major change, but not a lot of changes. Just paragraph 8, the financing contingency clause, is being totally reworked. We went over it yesterday in the office meeting briefly meaning 30 minutes because we could have spent an hour and a half on it. All right, but we're going to pour into this stuff. Our goal is we're going to teach the new contract, and we're going to teach it in 12 to 15 minute blocks. All right, and however that might mean that, hey, look, we're going to record a class on page 2 of the FAR bar, page 1 of the FAR bar. All right, we need to spend 2 classes to keep them at 15 minutes each on just paragraph 8, right? Because I want you to be able to find it in a pinch and you're stuck. Hey, I got a question on page 4 of what do I put on that line? Why listen to an hour and 45-minute class trying to find where we are on page? Rather, let me just go listen to page 4. I know at maximum it's 15 minutes, right? And I can get my answer and do that. So we're going to break it down, just try and be user-friendly as we possibly can. So pay attention to that. We're revamping, we're retasking our file compliance. All right, so just be aware of that. All right, you're going to start seeing, wow, I put my file in paperless pipeline just a day ago, and I've already got it worked, and somebody's getting back to me. I'm telling you, that's a shock. I get it, right? Okay, I know where we've been. We've been working. I'm just telling you, we've been working backward, right? Trying to put out fires at the end, saying, "Oh, look, hey, we got to start from the back and say, okay, what's closing in the next 3 days? All right, and let's start on those, right? Well, because when you do that, all right, I'm a realtor. I was an agent for a long time. I understand. What's my natural? Hey, I'm not going to look at it until 3 days before closing. Why would I put it in until 3 days before closing? I get it. So now we're training that behavior, right? So we're going to retrain behavior by saying, hey, we're going to look at it quickly, all right? 2 to 4 days max from when you put it in, all right? Even sooner than that, we're going to task and get all caught up. So we're just going to really pour into really getting things systemized and ready to roll and do it. So pay attention to FHR University. It's all coming, and we just want it to be a great place for you to tell other people to come, all right? And make it convenient for you to do that, all right? So investor buying, all right? So we're going to be experts in that, and we're going to work first-time home buyers with vigor, all right? With vigor. We're just going to, you remember those first-time home buyers? They are number 4. That loyal part, they got that down. All right? If you catch them, you're the first one in there, and you can actually show some semblance of competency, all right? Not a ton of competency, just a smidgen, all right, of competency. Hey, you know what? First-time home buyer, here's the good news. You know more than they do. I don't care if you've been in the business a week, all right? You know more than they do, all right? And that's the beautiful thing. You're not dealing with these pompous, arrogant, I know more than you kind of, you know what I mean? All right, I got this figured out, whatever. You're just the holder of the lockbox key, right? That's okay. You're just my path into a house, right? I'll take it from here. All right, great. You're not going to turn them away because they might be buying a $600,000 home. But it's a lot more fun, okay? A lot more fun to work with first-time home buyers. It really is, right? It's just, because they got that loyalty part down. All right?
And appreciative.
Appreciative. And refer the ever-loving bejesus out of you. All right? How do you spell that? Bejesus? All right? That's a Tennessee term. All right? They will refer the daylights out of you. All right? Okay? It's just great. And they're social media gurus, right? So like we talked about, by the time you get home from closing, all right, it's like gone viral. You have like 1.5 million views. I'm like, holy smokes. All right? A billboard would have cost me a lot more than that. All right? Okay, it's just awesome to see that kind of stuff. All right, so we're going to work with first-time home buyers with vigor, and then we're going to what? Let our buyers lead us to our listings. We're not going to go chase listings. Listings will come. Don't get me wrong. If you already got a sphere, your orange grow's working, you got 7 listings, I'm with you. All right, never turn away listings. But we are not going to chase listings purposefully in our corn planting concept. Right? We're going to let them come naturally. All right, and what does that mean? That means we earn the right to get the listing appointment. The beauty of an earned listing appointment is you're the only one showing up. It's not you and there's 4 other before you and 4 coming after you, all right? And you've got to convince people you're the best of the 9, all right? You've already proven yourself to somebody they know, so you walk in and sign papers. Bam. Hashtag that, all right? Okay, that's how you win, right? Are you with me? And that's where you wanted to go, all right? Now, questions on corn planting. Who has not done a bank-owned open house or having struggles doing it? Not that you're doing that, but okay, what's your question?
Well, I'm in my planning stage.
Yeah, okay, stop planning.
I was gonna do a bank-owned open house, but I didn't know how, like, submitting offers and everything were different than a traditional house. And I was looking on the website, and there was an addendum or something that specifically says that it has to be a primary residence.
On which website? It's like a Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what?
I was hesitant to reach out to investors because I was like, they're not gonna live in it, so can they even put in an offer?
Investors, a couple things. Investors are absolutely used to that, all right? Because Freddie Mac in particular has a home steps or home path, whoever, those are keywords for Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, respectively, all right? Mm-hmm. Those sometimes have an initial period that's only owner-occupant available, all right? Primary residence available, all right? Investors are fully on board with that. They get it. You say, hey, look, we're in that initial phase, right? Where the first 10 days, 15 days, whatever, only primary residence people are doing it. But there's some other stuff. What else can I help you find, right? Or you want to wait it out. I'll keep an eye on it for you. And if we get to that stage, let's do it, all right? Don't worry about writing a contract, ever, okay? That's a good problem to have. I got somebody who wants to write a contract. Good problem, right? That is a messy stable, right? Because that means we have oxen. All right? Our clean stables are, let's plan for when we might. Let's have it all ready to go. So when somebody's ready to write 4 offers, I'm all ready. Well, how come nobody wants to write 4 offers? Because you never done anything, right? Because you're too busy planning. Get out of the planning. I'm going to at you, all right? Get out of the planning and just go do it, all right? You get in the middle of it, figure it out. Have we talked about FIO? All right? Figure it out, okay? You'll love my acronym answer. Hey, Buck, FIO. What? FIO, you're a smart girl, right? You can figure it out. Seriously. And if you got problems, call me, call Jim. We'll figure it out. Put it out there on the Facebook group page. You'll have 52 answers in 17 seconds. Seriously. All right? It's like people stepping up, willing to help. All right?
I just want to say I think those bank-owned has, your regular paperwork that we have to do, and then like 28 pages.
Yep.
I think that can be confusing.
Overwhelming.
If you're just getting started. And I think what you potentially saw was what Bob was talking about, that it was potentially just 10 days, not permanent. So I don't know if you caught that in that.
Got good, and I'm okay.
You know what I'm saying? That it wasn't necessarily permanently had to be owner occupied.
Right. It's only for a period.
Just they have a first look period that's their preference. But then after that, 10, 14, whatever it is, it's open for anybody.
And second part of that, you're absolutely right. Initially, a lot of times they'll say, submit your offer on the FAR bar. And if it's accepted, then we'll create a Fannie Mae or a Freddie Mac addendum to the contract. Okay, well, the addendum, FAR bar contract is what, 8 or 9 pages, right? 12? Okay, where have I been? Okay, 12, all right. I got to do 12 classes when I do this? All right, page by page. All right, it's 12, all right. You're going to get an addendum back that is 32.
Right.
Okay, so the addendum's longer, yeah, and the addendum undoes everything in the contract, okay? So that's okay. You learn it, right? If you're that concerned about it, seriously, if you're concerned, then reach out to the listing agent and say, hey, look, this is Freddie Mac. Can you send me a copy of a typical Freddie Mac addendum, right? That I can take a look at, just so I want to be aware, all right? So I'm a little more prepared. However, we have a special addendum when we represent a client that is buying a bank-owned property that is a disclosure to client saying, hey, look, this 32-page thing, I advise you probably talk to an attorney about this thing. Seriously, that's what it says, is that, hey, look, I know the FAR bar. Even though you don't, you can probably say it anyway, all right? I know the FAR bar like the back of my hand. So do I. How many pages is it? Okay, yeah, right, okay, right? I know the FAR bar contract, right? But do I know these other ones? Or like every bank, because maybe it's a Mellon Bank owned property and they have their own addendum. Can I know all those? No. What's the difference in a special warranty deed and a general warranty deed? You know what? Let's let you hear that from the title company or an attorney, right? That's why on the front side, I'm just warning you, we have that addendum that we require you to have the client sign that says, hey, look, I'm aware of it. Some of these investors, oh yeah, every bank owned property is essentially the same. As is, as is, as is. Never lived, never lived, never lived. Okay? All right, perfect. 32 pages of saying that. Okay, never live in the property, buy at your own risk, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so on and so forth, all right? An investor says, oh yeah, no problem, I got it. But first-time home buyer, what is that? What? Hey, you know what? Maybe you talk to somebody about what the difference in all this kind of stuff means, and I can explain some of it, but I'd really advise, and if you want to go forward without talking to an attorney, great, just initial this line. All right? Because it says, I told you, you probably should talk to an attorney, you decided, hey, I don't need to. All right, my dad's an attorney. Great, perfect, initial here. All right, but we want to do that. But don't let that stop you, okay? Seriously, just go do it, all right? Don't worry about investors not being... Now, again, if you have investors that you're working with right now, and they say, hey, look, I don't want to see anything until it's out of the first look period, then don't show it to them because you can say, reach out and say, when's the first look period up? Because it should have in the MLS when that's up. All right, we listed some Freddie Macs ourselves, and we said, hey, look, first look through this date. After that, it'll be available for all purchasers.
If it doesn't say that, it was on MLS for longer than 10 days, so does that on?
Well, it depends. Their first look period may be longer than 10 days, right? And so if it doesn't say anything about a first look period or anything like that, you can assume it's open for investors. All right, make that assumption.
Just email them.
Okay. Yeah, email them, ask. You may not hear back from them, but if you don't, go show it, and then when you make an offer, they're going to say, oh, by the way, oh, great, I wish you would have told me sooner. But at least you can defend yourself to your client. Say, hey, look, there was nothing in here that told me. All right, blame it on the other realtor. All right, good question. And you okay with the answer? Okay, good.
Submitting offers for HUD, though, is different.
HUD, yeah, we got a class on that, don't we, Jim? Yeah. We got a class on that.
Yeah.
All right, there's a class for that.
It's a good
Not an app, but there's a class. All right? There's a class for that. HUD, a little bit different. By the way, just while I got you here, please. Everybody, I need everybody's eyeballs. Look at me, okay? When you submit a HUD bid on HUDHomestore.com, right? Set up an account in your name. You will need my information as well. All right? There's things that are broker license, our federal ID, our HUD NAID, National Association ID or something, whatever, okay? FTR HMR 0949 is what it is, okay? It's all on the website, our website, you can find it, right? But please, you can register yourself as an agent under our brokerage. I'm a registered broker for HUD, yes, but you need to register yourself as an agent, because what happens is this: if you don't, and you just go, oh, let me submit the bid, yeah. All of a sudden, I get an email, and I get an email on all of them, right? And the first thing I do is look and say, please have somebody else CC'd on this thing. And shoo, oh, it is. All right, so, all right, Kristen got CC'd on it, so she knows, boom, delete it, okay? Me only, I have no idea who submitted that bid, all right? And I could throw a dart at a wall and pick one of the 1,000 of you, and I got a 1 in 1,000 chance of it being right, okay? All right, so that's when you'll see Jim, hey, someone submitted a bid, you have 24 hours to get this in, and you got your client is screwed because you don't know that you won the bid, all right, if you're not checking it. You should be checking it, by the way. You can go back to the website and see if you got it. You're like, oh, I got it. How come I didn't get the email? It's because you registered under my name instead of your name, right? Okay, so please, I know I'm preaching to the choir because you all would do that, All right, and we got a class that shows you how to do it, and HUD on their site has a class that shows you how to do it. All right, so don't be afraid to watch those videos and understand that. Cool? All right, good question. Anything else?
You can just go register yourself without even having one. Just
What's
go
that?
do it now, like do it today.
Yeah. Without, just so you know you're ready to go. You're locked and loaded, right? Okay, I've got my gun loaded and I'm ready to go. You never know. That's right.
Real quick on that, there is a second form as well. They're both under optional contract docs because it's a different type of contract, so it's not for every contract, but there's another form that allows you to sign your name in all the broker spots and initial spots.
Oh, on the HUD,
So there's
yeah.
it's called the HUD Agent Signature Authorization Form. So they're right next to each other. There's one HUD
Information sheet.
and then there's a HUD bid info sheet, and then it's a HUD Agent Signature Authorization Form. Grab that second one because if you win the bid, then you can sign everywhere, and then you can submit that form with it. You fill it out a little bit, but you
Right.
submit it with it, and then you don't need to chase us down for signatures.
Because it has to be original signatures. They don't do e-signatures?
Some do, some don't.
Oh, really? Oh, HUD.
3 different providers. So
Oh, okay.
Ones require blue ink still, the
Oh.
other 2 I think are good to go, but.
Even with e-signatures?
They'll
Not,
let you know.
not e-signatures, or yes, they
Oh,
will?
yeah, I think they
Oh,
do.
okay,
But
good.
you gotta, they'll let you know which.
All right,
You
gotcha.
gotta read the instructions on
All right,
when you
perfect.
win the bid.
Some of you have to overnight these things to them. They're kind of a little old school again, some of them, all right? So, and they're saying, I need the broker signature, so I'm getting these massive, I gotta get to FedEx by 4:30, right? And that's why we created this document that now HUD has approved that allows us to say, hey, look, here's my signature saying I'm allowing the agent to sign these things,
Yeah,
all
that works
right?
on all 3 providers.
Exactly. Cool. All right. Good point. Anybody else? Because here's what we do. This point, right now, this is a little bit. We get into the committed a little bit here. All right. Because this is my give me an excuse and I'll overcome your excuse right now. Okay.
I have not sat one,
Yeah.
and I do have excuses, but I hate using them.
Well, it's good because I won't take them anyway. So that's good.
First of all, the first one is I just didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm like,
What?
I'm going to look it up.
What do you mean
I
it?
didn't- I
What
didn't-
define it?
I didn't know how to start. I didn't even know
Okay.
where to go. And I didn't know it was as easy as sending an email to the listing agent.
Did you see the email I posted today?
I did not.
Okay, check on you're part of the 100K group page, right? Check on there, go down, it's not a pinned thread, so it's not gonna be at the top, and sometimes threads get buried pretty quickly there because people keep posting them, which is great, all right, but you just dig down and you'll find just a sample, it's the same one I gave Brooke,
Yeah.
all right? Now tweak it, make it sound like you, right? Don't make it sound like me, make it sound like you, right? Okay, and say what you wanna say, but get it out there and then follow up with a call and a text. You know how to do a search for REOs?
Yes.
Okay, so, and that's okay, even if the answer is no, I want you to feel this is a safe zone.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I invest a little bit. So
Okay, gotcha. All right, so you know how to search for those things. Good. Okay.
Yeah, I just didn't
Perfect.
know it was as easy as
Well,
talking to an
Right. She called who called one and got 1 for 1. Right? So Jessica, right, called 1. Now again, are you going to get 1 for 1? Maybe not.
And I'm like online, do I call
Right.
the banks?
No.
And I didn't want to ask because I just felt like there's no-
Shame on us for not providing a safe zone. You're in a safe zone here. Matter of fact, post it on the 100K group page. You could have done it, 2 weeks ago and say, hey, look, where am I? Okay, what do I do? What's my next step? All right. And I knew we were going to get into this, so that's why this is what this is for. What's your next step? Okay. If we're going to get out of plan and into do, all right. How do we do that? All right. So good. So are you clear on what you need to do?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Awesome.
I just wanted to mention that there are certain listing agents out there that specialize in those HUD homes
Sure.
and Fannie Mae's and Home Pass and
Yep.
all those. And one of them, my first experience, I didn't know a thing about it, but I called him, and his name's Erwin Walensky. and he
Yeah.
was
Sunray Realty.
Sunray.
Yep. Irwin. I sat open houses for Irwin back in 1994.
Okay. And
Okay.
This is how great this guy
Okay,
is.
yeah.
He will help you, and he helped me go. I mean, he almost did the dang contract for me.
Perfect.
And I work for like a big box called a banker,
Mm-hmm.
and they did not help me one bit.
He's a good guy. Irwin's a good
He
guy.
is.
And, yep. And his wife is she still around? Ray is her name.
I
R-A-Y.
believe so.
It's R-A-Y-E, so that's why it's Sunray Realty, right? So,
Yes, and he says, I decided very early on in my career, I was either gonna sell, Cadillacs and Mercedes,
Mm-hmm.
or I could sell a whole bunch of Fords. And that's how he looks at it.
that's right.
So he specializes
Yeah.
in that.
Good guy. And he's kind of in the Largo, Pinellas, St. Pete area specifically, but he's been doing it for years, so he's got the context. Because I'm telling you, I know Irwin well, and he and I sat a lot of open houses at his listings.
Cool.
All right, absolutely, good point. All right, and you'll find as you start searching, hey, these are all listed by these same 3 people. All right, because that's what good. So get in with the 3 people. right? All right, or get in it with one of them. I don't care, just get one. It's all you need. One that has 17 listings, keep going, right? Because if not, if they only have 3 and they sell, guess what? They got another 3 next week. They just keep rolling in. All right, it's just the way it rolls. So, cool, great. Anybody else?
I have not done one.
Okay, why?
Because I have a lot of corn that I'm working with.
Are you right now? So next time you're going to come back with 3 contracts, or you're going to show a selfie?
I have 6 under contract right now.
6 under contract?
Yeah.
Get down.
And I don't have a transaction coordinator.
Okay, fair enough.
That's my biggest.
So how are you finding these clients? How are you finding the clients?
Well, they're all referred to me because.
Perfect. Big Orange Grove.
First time home buyers.
Yeah.
And they're loyal and they, will
Amen.
work for
Don't sit them. If you got 6 under contract, you've earned the right. Good by me. Seriously.
Thank you.
6, congratulations. That's awesome. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing. Don't let me get in your way.
As soon as I'm done with that, yes.
Yeah, you know what? If so, but if not, you close these 6, and if they're that loyal and they're referring, just keep planting the oranges, man. We only plant corn when we have to plant corn, right? If our oranges are kicking, all right. And by the way, those are blood oranges; they're not rotten. Okay. When you open it, people are like, what? Okay. I opened one last night. I was like, what the? And I looked at the bag. Oh, blood oranges. Okay. I guess that must mean they're supposed to look that red and dark inside. Okay. So, but yeah, keep it up. Awesome. Keep repeating what you're doing, all right? And don't listen to me. Seriously, I'm just telling you, whatever it takes, just do it, all right? Awesome. Good deal.
I had her excuse earlier in the week that I didn't know what to do if I did get someone who wanted to do contract. And I actually talked to one of my friends who's a realtor with KW, and she's like, just do it. She's like, if not, and she had the issue like you, where she's like, no one's here to help me, and I kind of had to go somewhere else. So I kind of was like, well, what do I do if I get it? And then I do read the 100K groups.
Yeah.
There's always something. I know I posted on there how to find a bank owned, and had 4 people respond to me, and I was like, oh, cool. So
Yeah. The group's there, man. I'm telling you, it's a helpful crowd.
I just read it. I have the notification, so I just
Yeah.
read them even if I don't understand it. I'm just reading.
Just take it in.
If I ever fall into that situation, I know where to go for it.
Absolutely.
So I'm ordering signs today.
Good.
And going to Home Depot, I was like, no, I'm not doing this again. I'm just gonna go sit somewhere.
Perfect.
Just take a risk.
Yeah.
But I know I have people around, and I think Pat. She's not here today, but we actually.
Yeah, I saw her yesterday. She came to the coffee chat early. She had a tea time. She get to her such a life, right? She showed up and hey, just go to my golf.
She's awesome.
Pat's awesome.
We talked after the last 100K.
Yep.
When I say it's like you have people in this that will definitely help you. She's been, hey, go to this, hey, and we're going to a workshop after this.
Awesome.
And she just shoots me emails and tells me like her open house I'm gonna try to go to once she tells me the date.
Yeah.
But it's just like I was kind of scared until I spoke with her, and she's like, just go sit. She's like, if you don't know, you have people to ask.
That's right.
So that's my goal for this week is to
Just do.
stop being scared.
Awesome, good, right? And I understand. I'm not here to trivialize any of that, right? My goal is to help you overcome it, right? Because you know what? The answer is just go do it, and you're gonna have fun. I'm just telling you, meeting people. You're not in this. If you didn't like people, you wouldn't be in this business. Either that, or you would be a REO agent, the typical one, not like Ray, right, or Irwin, right? But the REO agent who wants to just hide in his office and never see a soul, right? They're like vampires, right? They don't even want to see the sun, right? It's just, okay? They just, seriously, they are, right? And yeah, right, exactly. They have 2. Back in the day when it was, they had 2 fax lines. One fax line for the offers coming in and one fax line for the listings coming in from Texas. That's where Fannie Mae was, right? They still are, actually. So they keep, would pour in. Now they have 2 email addresses, right? One for offers coming in and one for listings coming in, right? So if they never had to see a soul, all right, that's a great day for them, all right? Seriously. All right, but you guys are in the business because you like being around people, right? I mean, I would say 98% of realtors, all right, do it. The other 2, all right, probably aren't going to make it unless they happen to know an uncle who happens to have a Fannie Mae contract, okay? But other than that, okay, it's just a matter of just go be around people, all right? That's what you're here to do, all right? And just enjoy it, all right? Treat them right, all right? Remember what we do? Here's our little rhymey thing that says, all you do is go treat people well and let them tell, all right? That's all you have to do, all right? That's how you build a business, period. All right? Treat people well and let them tell. Great. Okay, so you got a plan? All right, good. Awesome. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am?
I've tried with Sherry at the.
Awesome,
flea
good.
market.
Yep.
I did one, I got one coming up this Saturday and another couple of weeks.
Good.
And I've got to order some signs.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna, start doing some of the open houses.
Okay.
And, so as soon as I get some signs, I'll.
Okay, as soon as I get my folder out, we're gonna put some dates on those.
Okay, good.
Okay, and, you know, it's just so you know, I'm no offense, it's just I'm going to, never gets done. Remember the old round to it? All right, people hand you a round to it. All right, when are you gonna do that? Well, when I get around to it, so they actually have a circle thing that says T-U-I-T on it. And here's your round to it. All right, I'll do it when I get around to it. Well, you just got your round to it. All right, so go do it. All right, because you now have your round to it. So we're going to put some, because again, nothing without a date and specific time frame, it just tends to get pushed off, right? So we'll do that, and that's why we're here to help. All right, good. Anybody else? Okay, I'm sure. And do we plant corn all the time? No. I've got agents still to this day that came and heard what I teach 6-7 years ago, and they tell me they still have their bank foreclosure open house signs, and when things get slow, they dust them off and go sit bank foreclosures just to get the pipeline going again. All right? If things dry up, then you always have that. It's a spigot. But once you learn it, right, now you have it. That's a tool, all right? And when I need it, I turn on the spigot. When I got so busy, I got 6 under contract, turn it off because I got to go get them closed, right? Now, just word of warning. Highly recommend, if you're doing 6 right now, all right, are you paid to close those deals, contract to close? Where do you make your money as an agent?
Generating more leads.
Thank you. Okay, new contracts, right? You make your money when you sign the deal, right? Now, do the contracts have to be closed in order to get paid? Absolutely. Will somebody do that for $350?
Yes.
Absolutely. Is it a better use of your time to go write more deals while somebody's getting paid $350? All right, especially you came from Keller Williams, all right, you're still way ahead of the game by only paying us $250, right? Okay, pay somebody $350 to close your deals and you're still way ahead of the game compared to paying out 36%,
Yeah.
right?
I think that's my biggest fear to overcome.
Yep.
I'm very hands-on.
Understood.
I'm very,
Love it.
like, detail-oriented.
Uh-huh.
It's hard for me to let go.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of my clients speak Spanish only.
Yep.
So
Jim, does Rose speak Spanish?
I don't know.
Okay. I bet you Rose, there were two closing coordinators at our office meeting yesterday, all right, because they like to hang around the net, right? Hey, I need more closing coordinator in business. I wonder where I should hang out. How about where agents are, right? That's being around the net, right? Okay, so they're hanging around the net. I bet you if they don't, one of them has a Spanish-speaking closing coordinator, all right, that knows our paperless pipeline system, that can upload it all for you, manage the whole file. The only thing, if they're not licensed, they can't negotiate. What does that mean? The only thing that really comes into play now is, so they coordinate, make sure the home inspector's lined up, everything else. Hey, you know what? Hey man, you need to show up. The closing or the inspector's going to be there from 12 to 3. He wants you there around 2:45 so you can go through and take a look at the results. You go, you show up, you get the list. All right. And now you have this list, you go over it with your client. Now you have to step back in and negotiate the repairs because an unlicensed person cannot do the negotiation of the repairs, right? And then you step back in and you say, okay, now we got this repair addendum created. It's signed. Now you hand it back to the closing coordinator. Hey, make sure that this is all done before closing. All right, and can you do that real fast because I got to go show more property, right? I'm out, right? You guys know Maureen? Anybody know Maureen? Okay, in our office manager Maureen. Okay, Maureen was my closing coordinator back in the day. All right, that's how Maureen and I have had our relationship, right? So back since 1997 or 8. All right, first closing coordinator was my sister-in-law. Bad idea. All right, FYI, just okay, everybody got that? All right, she lasted about 2.5 months. All right, next closing coordinator, Maureen. All right, she and I went to church together. I met her, she started talking, and she had a mortgage background a little bit, worked for a mortgage company, so we started chatting, and the rest is history, right? So, but and this is back in the day where I couldn't email. Every Friday morning, Maureen lived in a gated community, I had the gate code, okay? So I would just, every Monday morning, I'd usually go in and drop 3 or 4 or 5 contracts off to Maureen. All right, here you go, Maureen, boom. How we doing? And so we chat for about 20 minutes. how's this one going? How's that one going? Anything I need to follow up on? You know what I mean? And we talk throughout the week, right? Okay, but anything I need to follow up on? Oh, no, everything's good. Here's where we are. Okay, great. I get the update. Awesome. You know what? And people love Maureen. They loved her way more than they loved me. All right? Seriously. And I would plan, as I was showing property, I was prepping them to get to a chance to meet Maureen. Right? How was I doing that? It's like, hey, you know, I'm driving around, I'm showing property, and I would take a quick call or something, and I said, oh, I was just on the phone with Maureen. You'll get a chance to meet Maureen. Oh, well, who's Maureen? Well, Maureen's my closing coordinator. What she does is and the cool thing about doing that is because I sell a lot of homes, and by selling a lot of homes, it allows me right now to be out showing homes for you while she's taking care of all that other stuff. And once we get to contract, you'll get a chance to meet Maureen. But when you meet Maureen, that's a good sign because that means you're under contract, right? But you're going to get a chance to meet Maureen. What am I doing there, by the way? Yeah, here we go, man. We're closing. All right? We're going to contract. We aren't driving around because we like each other, right? Okay? We're driving around because you're going to get a chance to meet Maureen. Yeah. And the only way you earn the right to meet Maureen is to go to contract. Okay? Right? So I'm setting them up. Here we go, right? And I'm just telling you, you get the right person and there are right people out there, right? It is a win-win. All right? It'll free you up. You got children at home, right? How old?
13.
And just one? Okay, you got to take that time and go pick them up from lacrosse practice, all right? Don't worry about being at the stinking calling people, hey, why isn't the termite report done? Okay, right? Are you with me? Right? Let someone else do that, okay?
Who do you guys
Chris,
recommend?
who? Rose is good, right? We got a couple of agents using Rose. There are people, and you know what? Put it out there on the 100K group page, and you'll probably get some feedback from people. Hey, I used that, you know.
Chelsea did.
Chelsea's great, Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea's awesome.
Negotiate a deal for her to
and she's licensed.
fill out my contracts.
Yeah.
Send it to me. Like I was fishing the other morning, a guy called me the night before and said,
Yeah.
hey Tim, I want to put this offer in. I called Chelsea and I said, Chelsea, $50 for writing that contract for me. She said, yeah. And I said, get it over.
That's awesome.
Get it
Because she's
e-signed.
licensed. So there's an advantage there. And just do a flat fee on certain
Nice.
things.
And you know,
Yeah.
$50 sounds like a lot of money, but you're going to spend 2 hours writing that contract.
Well, what's the cost of fishing?
Right.
Yeah, come on. You're gonna take a lot more than $50 to get me off the boat.
$1,000 charge.
Right? Yeah, right.
He owns the charge.
Right.
I'm along for free with
Yeah.
it. Go
Right.
have fun.
Yeah.
And you know, occasionally my phone would ding out there because when you're 20 miles out, you don't
Yeah.
have cell service.
Right.
So I just looked down and said, oh, the guy's not responding to
Right.
Chelsea. And then I get a text from him and says, Tim, you know, I kind of jumped the gun. My wife says, you know, that we're not going to spend $200,000 right now.
Right.
Cash money.
Right.
And so I called Chelsea back. And Chelsea, I'm really sorry. No problem, Tim.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
That's it.
And I was just,
What's your last name?
Tim Farmer.
Why?
Who's the Tim L? It starts with an L.
Tim L. Tim. Is it an agent? Tim L. Tim. I don't know. We'll think about it. All right, good deal.
Sorry.
All right, we'll see. It's a good thing. I got a lot of Tims. That's a great thing. Back in the day, when I first started Future Home Realty, I could tell you your social security number. All right? Date of birth, all your kids' names, their dates of birth, and everything. There's only 8 of us. All right? All right. What's that?
Tim Letts.
Tim Letts? No? All right. Okay, look at it.
One night I was on the FRJ site and I typed in name because I wanted to look up David McKinnon's name.
Yeah.
Just to check on him because he had a buyer for a duplex.
Yeah.
When you click on that where it says first name,
Oh, it takes a while for it to. It takes a while for it to sort. I would just go because it's defaulted by last name. Just scroll down by last name.
yeah, when you don't know the last name.
Oh yeah, that could be.
I just
All
had
right.
to find the day that matched the.
Okay, the Mick or yeah something else. Yep.
Question, is there a investor, like a class or something to learn about investor buying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking. Speak the language of an investor. It's on our YouTube.
Like 3 of them
Because
recorded.
I have a friend who referred me to he works for an investor and he wants to buy it and I was just like,
Okay. Fair warning, by the way, that investor class, all right, the one we teach, speak the language of an investor, is it's specific to buy and hold investors. All right? Because the class, are you ready? You guys want to do a class real quick? Here's the buy and flip investor class. Ready? Start. Buy low, fix up a little bit, sell it for more than the cost of what you bought it for plus the additions, and hopefully make a profit in a class.
That's Bob's simple 3-step process.
Yeah, exactly. But if you call now, in the next 90 seconds, all right, free shipping, all right, for that class, and we'll get it to you, all right? That's all buy and flip. Buy low, sell high, right? Okay, I mean, that's a flip. I mean, hello, that's the class, right?
You need ROI and CAC.
That's for the buy and hold, exactly, and that's what the class teaches. Is that for the buy and hold investor? All right, different animal, right? So depending on what type of investor they are, buy and flip's easy, right? Well, finding a good deal. Well, I say easy, but there are 48. It depends. Every time Ron LeGrand rolls through town, all right, now we got everybody else that just shelled out $1,800 to go to Ron LeGrand for the weekend, and now they're all expert investors in their mind. Trust me, all right? You'll know when Ron LeGrand's around, all right? Oh, buying's easy, all right? Well, it's so easy. Why don't you do it? It's a lot easier just to get you to pay me $1,800, all right? Fill up a ballroom, 1,000 of you. I'm in, all right? Okay, here we go, all right? And they just kind of roll that way. Cool. Anything else? Anybody else? Give me an excuse. All right, everybody good? Because remember, one of our tasks: 3 contracts or a selfie in front of a traffic. Now again, traffic generating event. That could be you at the flea market, right? Could be you at a bank-owned open house. Could be you at some other regular open house, all right? I just want you out there acting, okay? Okay, doing. Fair enough? All right, no more planning. All right, then we started planning in Orange Grove, right? 7 L's, all right? We read the book, 7 Levels of Communication. Okay, we're now into lesson 2, or his second coaching session, all right? We're gonna fly through this stuff because I wanna cover it, but here's the thing. There's some good stuff in here, and there's a couple stops, and we're gonna pause for a moment and talk, all right? Because quite frankly, there's some gold in this second coaching session, all right? Really is. Vision exercise, perfect work day. In that, go back and read in the chapter, all right, where he talks about, he tasks, what's this guy's name? The agent? Rick. He tasks Rick, the coach tasks Rick to write out a plan for his perfect work day, what that might look like. I'm going to challenge you to, you know what, it's not one of our assignments this time, but do that. Because you want to have a plan to what would it look like to be, what would be a perfect work day? I got up, you know what, and everything was organized. I got up and I did my affirmations. I wrote in my blessings book. I got up on time because I got to bed the night before, just on time. I woke up, I felt refreshed, not dragging myself out of bed. I mean, so you got to picture this, right? I feel refreshed. I'm healthy, happy. I'm terrific. I'm ready to roll. I walk out, and guess what? We're not doing where are the book bags? Where are the book bags? Who's got? Somebody get lunch. Yeah. Okay. Your houses are better than mine. I get it. Okay. All right. Okay. But you know what? We're organized. We planned the lunch the night before. We know where the snacks are. The backpacks are packed. They're by the door, ready to roll, right next to the shoes. Everything's, you know what I mean? Okay. Just picture this. All right. I'm not saying you have to be Stepford wife-ish, rope, here we all have white picket fence. All right. I'm just saying, plan some things out. What would it look like to just have it low pressure walking out the door, right? Sometimes I have to watch, I'll be honest with you, Sunday mornings, getting out the door to church. All right? Dadgummit, let's get down, let's go worship. All right? Yeah, let's go. We're late. I'm like, okay, probably not setting the tone for where I'm trying to accomplish at church here, right? Okay, you know what I mean? So I have to watch myself, all right? But you know what? Take some praying the night before maybe, so we're not high stressed. Because who wants to go to church stressed? You're kind of fighting you know what I mean? It's working against you, right? So I'm just saying, so you start to plan that. What does it look like? Kids are on to school on time. I'm there. I get back. I have my workout clothes on. I run to the gym. I do a 45-minute workout. Now I'm back in. I go and I'm going to do my first and 10s. We'll talk about that in a second. All right, now I know that because I pre-planned the night before and the Sunday before what Wednesday morning was going to look like. I knew I was going to be showing property from 10 to 1. All right, so when I did that, during my first and 10s, I readjusted my voicemail greeting. I mean, all this, right? I got done. I had a little bit of a break, grabbed some lunch. It was great because now it's time to go back and meet the clients I just showed property to because we're ready to write an offer. We're going to go back to the office, write an offer, got that done, got it submitted, able to get to that pickup line on time. I wasn't like 5.5 miles back, all right, because I got to pickup line late. All right, I'm actually in middle of the pack on pickup line. It's great. Anybody have kids at pickup line? You understand? Okay, yeah, absolutely, all right? It's like, hey, pickup time's 3 o'clock, all right? If you don't get there by 1:15, all right, you're like 5.5 miles back, right? It's going to take you to 5 o'clock to pick up your kid after 3. So everybody shows up at 1:15. Then everybody starts showing, okay, earlier. Next thing you know, they're just not leaving. Let's drop them off and camp there. All right, okay. Aren't I glad my kids are at school? I dropped them off at 8 and I'm going to sit here because I'm ready to pick them up at 3. Okay, all right. So who wants that, right? So you get there at a decent time, everything's good, all right. And so now, and then you get there, you get them the thing, you return a few texts, and then at the end of the day, guess what you do? Okay, 5:30, check this. You flip the sign. Okay, I want you everybody to picture yourself. Okay, you own a print shop. Everybody got it? Old school. Everybody been to Philadelphia? All right. You ever been to Ben Franklin's print shop? All right, where you should go there sometime. All right. They actually have it's where he because he was a printer, right? He was along a lot of other things, but he was a printer. By the way, who's ever not been to Philadelphia? Go. I dare you to go stand in Independence Hall. Okay, you're standing in Independence Hall, all right, and you're standing in the room, all right, seeing the chairs that the founders were sitting in when they signed the Declaration of Independence. When 7 years later, they hashed out and beat each other up and hammered out the Constitution of the United States, and you're in the room, right? I'm just telling you, man, if you get there and can't have a few chills run up and down your spine, it's awesome, right, to go there. Get a chance to go there. So now you're in the print shop. So picture your print shop. What does a print shop guy do at 5 o'clock when it says I'm open 8 to 5? Flips the sign, doesn't he? Here's the thing. Catch this. This is gold. This is part of the gold. All right, I'm going to give you all sorts of nuggets today. All right? Give yourself the freedom to flip your sign. Now, the group last night is kind of rude to me. They said, I'll flip your sign. Yeah, flip. Yeah, okay, I got flip. All right? Okay. No, what I mean by that is this. You have the right to close shop for the night. You do. All right? Yeah, but this client, you should see this client I'm working with. Man, he texts me at 11:30. Wrong client.
Yeah.
Right? Or shut off your phone. Right? I'm just telling you. Yeah, but if I don't, he'll work with somebody else. Go ahead. Fill it up with somebody else. Fill the funnel with somebody else. All right, I'm just telling you. Go sit another bank-owned open house. Well, how do I go sit another bank-owned open house? All right? Life is too short not to be able to flip the sign. Because if you don't flip the sign, this business will burn you out. All right? And you're getting nothing done effectively. And now you got to take the time to go fishing. Right? You got an opportunity to go on a free fishing charter would normally cost $1,000. Take it, man. But have some systems in place in case somebody texts you and says, I want to write an offer. Hey, Chelsea, $50? Okay? I'm just telling you, have that freedom to flip your sign. All right? So that's, again, you make your perfect work day. I just kind of throw some ideas out there. But what would that look? I want you to envision it, because if you don't envision it, it will never happen. Right? You can't create what you haven't pre-planned. All right? So you got to get to that point where you're envisioning that. All right? So read that again. Time blocking. This is huge. All right? Any session on anything. Successful people manage their time. All right? Period. All right? It is, Covey covers it in one of his habits of highly effective people. Anybody that's successful manages their time well. All right? Either you manage your time or it will manage you. All right? Sure, your choice. Okay, so you have to do it. Now, what does that mean? Well, we want to spend our time in the influential zone. By the way, have you been to this site? 7lbook.com. It's Michael's website. It has some resources in there. 7lbook.com/resources. He even has some examples of, here's a top producer out of Texas. Here's what their time blocking looked like for this week. All right? Here's a newer agent. You know what I mean? Here's what their time, here's some ideas of time blocking and what their schedules look like. Not that you have to match that, but just ideas that everybody who is successful does it. It is one of the habits of successful people, period. Right? And they're going to try and spend 80% of their work time in the influential zone. Remember, way up high. Right? Which means they're not talking to termite inspectors. Right? Who are they talking to? The next client. Right? Are you with me? Okay, because you're paying somebody else to talk to the termite inspector. All right? So that's what we do. Check it out. We're going to talk about time blocking here in a bit. It's one of our challenges or our things that we're scheduled tasks to do this time. Schedule, and when you're doing it, schedule reply time and check email. Give yourself the freedom to schedule in when you're going to reply to emails and do that. Okay? Quit being a slave to this. Okay? Right now, here's what happens. You have a special ding for email. You have a special ding for text message. You have a special ding for voicemail. You have a special ding for a Facebook notification. You have you know what I mean? And every time it does something, we jump. Right? It's Pavlovian, right? Bell rings, we salivate. All right, that's what you know, Pavlov's dog, right? So forget that mess, schedule in, you're gonna be way more effective. You know what, I'm gonna return emails at this time, okay? I'm gonna return emails twice a day, not 15 times throughout the day. It's a much better way to go about it, okay? And once people get used to that's the way it's rolling, they get it, all right? That's what happens, okay? So you're gonna schedule that in. 1 hour of white space, you should have a gap in there. What he's talking about here is don't get your schedule down to the minute. All right, meaning, okay, I got from 12:30 to 12:37, I'm doing, okay, give me a break, all right? And you know what, that white space gives you some catch-up time. Oop, that ran a little longer, so I'm not like running around hairy trying to get to the next thing because I was down to the, all right, where I have to be to the next appointment, right? Give yourself, and you know what? If you need 40 minutes of the hour that you've scheduled in as white space to catch up, then you only get 20 minutes of white space that day. If you got the full hour, you got the full hour. You get ahead of schedule, you got an hour and 10 minutes of white space. Awesome, right? But have that gap in there. Don't go so tight on your schedule that you get it there. All right, you with me? All right? 4 hours a week to calls in your community, hour of power, he calls it. You're gonna, 4 hours, I guarantee this, if you consistently did 4 hours of phone calls to people in your community, that means ambassadors, people that are going to help drive business to you, right? You will win every time. Here's what I know. In the Orlando area, I'm trying to grow our Orlando office, right? I know. All right, I'm going to go back and rewatch this class because I'm going to have me teach me, all right, and remind me and hold me accountable. All right, so Bob, all right, I'm talking to you, all right, in the camera. All right, so I'm going to watch this later. Bob, remember this. Every time I spend an hour calling brand new agents, there's a list we get called approved to take. All right, they've been approved to take the real estate exam. All right, I can section them down to zip code. All right, I know who they are. We send them a postcard, but so do the other 599 offices. You know how popular. Remember when you got your license? You started getting all this mail. You're like, wow. People love me, right? Exactly. No, they love your commission dollar, right? Okay, so they love your contacts because you know people they don't know, and they're like, hey, look, if nothing else, even if we don't do anything to train them, they're gonna,
Bring us 2 deals.
2 deals will come in just because they stepped in it, right? Okay, you know what I mean? Okay, and so that so they know that, right? So they're gonna go after, oh yeah, we'd love to have you here, right? So you're getting all these postcards. Well, we send a postcard as well, all right? But then we take it up a notch. And when I do what I'm supposed to do, I call them, right? And I got a system where I can call about 65 people in about an hour and a half. How? Because I got a phone burner system because I'm getting a lot of voicemails, right? So I have a pre-recorded voicemail. Hey, sorry I missed you, da-da-da-da. But while it's leaving the voicemail, bing, I'm already calling the next one. I got a dialing system, right? It's already dialing the next person, right? So I got an hour and a half is all it takes me. An hour and a half, Bob, is all it takes. But every time I do that, I end up getting 2 or 3 appointments with brand new agents. And you get me in front of a brand new agent, eyeball to eyeball, game over, I win. Right? I add agents to myself. So, what do I need to do every week? Spend an hour and a half making phone calls, and I'll win. Here's the other thing I do. I have a list of, you know what a sweet spot for me? You give me a $1.5 to about a $5 million producer at a Keller Williams office. All right? Hashtag I win. All right? I'm telling you, those people, because they're doing 10 million, 20 million, the $20 million producer, hey, I made $500,000 last year. Yeah, I paid Keller Williams $21,000. So what's the big difference, right? But somebody that made 80 and they took 21 and said, I'm going to take 4, they're like, hey, you have my attention. Talk about you had me at a low, right? Okay. So every time I make an hour's worth of phone calls to them, now I can't call as many as an hour because first of all, they're higher producers, so they answer the phone, right? So I usually will talk to about 80% of them when I call. Amazing thing that, huh? I don't get voicemail, all right? But I actually talk to them, so I'm not using the phone burner system to do it, and I call them, and every time I do it, 2 or 3 appointments, and out of those, I'm not 100%, all right? Because that's a hassle to change, and I get all that, right? But I'll get 1 or 2, all right? So every time I do an hour's worth of phone calls to them, so I want to grow Orlando. I want to grow Orlando. I wish Orlando would just grow on its own, right? I make excuses. I make them just like you guys, right? Do I need to listen? No. I know. So for you, when you make 4 hours a week of phone calls to your community, you will win. All right? I'm just telling you, it's that simple. Things you've done, remember we talked about that last time? The things I've done for a lot less money, all right? Go do more of what makes sense for your business. Fair enough? All right, good deal. First and 10 calls. All right, so here we go. Is it really 11 o'clock already?
Yeah.
Son of a... Jeez. Okay, well, we had some good time overcoming your objections, right, didn't we? Okay, well, I'll fly through. Here's first and 10. Here's the other gold nugget I don't want you to miss, and then we'll get onto the committed, all right? Here's the deal. First and 10 will revolutionize your whole life, okay? Here's your first and 10. It's a fancy word for basically a to-do list, all right? Here is when you're going to do it. You are going to do it. You're going to plan it the night before during your pre-leave ritual. All right, what does that mean? Okay, so here's the pre-leave ritual. Before I leave, I have my desk, all right, wherever that might be, and your desk is usually wherever your laptop is, okay? So it could be on your kitchen counter, it could be on your dining room table, it could be wherever, right? It could be at Panera Bread, all right? So you're at your desk. Before you leave, normally, I got to go pick up the kids, you pack everything up and you're gone. All right, but you were knee-deep into 3, you got 6 transactions going, you were knee-deep into 3 of them, right? You had things happening, I was, getting, so be like, I got to pack up, so you go. So you go, and you allow yourself to flip the sign, so you're closed for the day, and you come back tomorrow morning, and you're like, where was I, right? There's something on that first file, what was it? You look through it for 12 minutes and appraisal. I need to check on the appraisal. That's it. So you go call the appraisal, right? And an hour and a half later, you finally get all the things done. Okay, I'm going to save you an hour right now. You ready? Okay. Before you left, you're going to take 3 minutes because you're knee deep in these 3 things and you know what's going on. All right? All right, before I leave, call the appraiser on Main Street. Boom. Here's his name. Here's his phone number. Done. Put that file away. What was I? Oh, yeah, this one I need to check on. The status of the offer. We made an offer yesterday afternoon. We should hear back by tomorrow at noon. All right, so I'm going to make sure. So, and here's the listing agent's name. Call Susan Johnson, da-da-da. Here's her name, boom, boom, boom. You're writing on a separate list. It's your to-do list for tomorrow, right? Put that one away. Next thing you know, I got to check on this, okay, and you maybe have 4 or 5 other things. Boom, you're done. Put those away, pack it up, and you're going. Tomorrow when you come back, you're not digging through the files. You're just going in and you're done in half an hour what took you an hour and a half before because you're wasting time trying to figure out where you were when you left. Okay? It's the beauty of it. That's the number one thing that happens on a first and 10. Go.
I can also say, because I used to do apartments and have 20 files at one time.
Yep.
It's also, when you flip the signs, it's more of a physical thing, but
Yeah.
when you actually write those notes, because I use Post-its, like, you're my best friend, it kind of makes you mentally flip the sign.
Bam. Number 2. Yeah, it's awesome. That is good. Number 1 is that you're more productive tomorrow morning. Number 2 reason, and not in that order, but a second ancillary thing we found is it allows you to flip the sign. Okay, so quick story. So I started doing this before. I had a list of things that I was supposed to be doing, right? I got to go pick up the boys. I was in Tennessee. Let me go and I pack up and I'm done, right? Well, I know in my mind there's still things I kind of needed in those files, right? Okay, but I hadn't written them down. So mentally, I was still in the files. Physically, I wasn't there, all right, but mentally, I was there. So go home, pick up the boys, run around, do our stuff, pick up and go have dinner, all right, or you have dinner at home. After dinner, we like to do something, I'd like to do something fun with the boys, play basement. We have basements in Tennessee. Play basement hockey, all right? So it's time to go play basement hockey, right? So I'm in the middle of basement hockey, somebody will hit one off the wall, and all of a sudden, that reminds me of appraisal. All right, okay. Well, my mind was not where I was supposed to be. My mind was still in those files, right? I hadn't mentally flipped the sign. But when I started to write them down for the next day, I gave my mind the power to step away. I got this. I'll take care of that tomorrow. All right, nothing's going to happen. No fires are going to burn. No one's going to die because I didn't call the appraiser right now, right? But in my mind, when I was playing basement hockey, it was. So it allowed me to be engaged where I was, to switch roles, right? From real estate broker to dad, to husband, to whatever I was, you know what I mean? I got to switch the role and fully allow myself to do it. It was an unintended consequence, but you hit the nail on the head. It's exactly what it allows you to do, is that when you put it down, now you can flip the sign, okay? I'm telling you, you start to do first and 10, it will blow your mind. all right, the extra time. You know what you can do with the extra hour? You're going to make your calls, all right? And you'll be done. By 10 a.m., you're done, all right, with what you had tasked to do for the day. I'm just telling you, it's incredible. I don't have time. Yeah, find your time because you're going to, that first and 10 will help you find time. Guarantee it, all right? Okay, coaching session 2, 4 enriching rituals. We're going to do these. Remember the morning ritual? Affirmations, blessings books, exercise. You have your day planned a little bit, your personal prep, and you're gone, all right? Your pre-leave ritual, your desk in order, your first and 10s, all right, before you leave, because I'm going to write it down. First thing I'm going to do tomorrow, all right, and you time block for the next day. You've already time blocked for the week in your Sunday night ritual, right? But now you got to check. Oh, tomorrow, I was planning to go do this. Oh, that got canceled, so let me just change things out a little bit, all right? Remember, because plans are in sand, right? We have to move things around sometimes, so I just going to quick time block for the next day. Okay, take you literally 30 seconds to time block for the next day, all right? You're going to pre-sleep ritual. That's our visualization, prayer, meditation, whatever you want to call it, all right? Just before you hit the head, your head hits the pillow, all right? Just, you know what? Let me just quick slow things down a little bit. You're going to sleep better when you slow things down. There have been times when I've gotten up out of my bed, all right? And I just do I do a quick little mini Sunday night ritual every night, all right? How'd my day go? All right, I know I got planned tomorrow. I'm good. All right, I'm not gonna, but how'd my day go? I just do a quick reflection. There are times, all right, by the way, I don't know if you know me, my mouth gets ahead of me sometimes. Imagine that, all right? Okay, I remember one time specifically, I was joking around, all right? And I joked around with a lady who was one of our agents, all right? Nice lady, and she has a heavy accent and very intelligent, by the way. I think she speaks like 6 or 7 languages. All right, does a really good business, and it was at our cappers lunch, all right, so we were at our cappers lunch, and I joked with her that, because at the time I had when you leave a voicemail for me, it would translate it to text, and so I could read it, all right, and I joked, I said, hey, so-and-so, I love it, and by the way, my voice to text thing just loves, when you leave a voicemail for me, because it has a heyday trying to, and everybody, laugh, and I said, someone going to bed that night, I was going through my day. All right, we had a good time at the cappers lunch. It was great. It's like, didn't feel right with me, right? Like, did I have to say that? Right? Come on. Come on, Bob, right? Please. Yeah, it was funny. Everybody laughed, but did she laugh? Oh, so sure, right? Okay, right? Are you with me? So I got up on my first and 10 for the next day, call so-and-so, all right, and just check in, right? And guess what? I slept better that night, knowing that I at least had a plan to do it, because I wouldn't have slept well. And the next day I called, she's like, oh, no problem, that was funny, and again, so it was no big deal, right? But so there are times where I have to get up and add to my first and 10s, right? But get it out of your mind so you sleep better, right? Because it helps you to mentally flip the sign over, right? Then we got our Sunday night ritual. So we're going to plan our week, schedule our clothes if we can. I understand that. Everybody, the guys are easier. Okay, I get 4 different colors of slacks I wear and 12 different polos I put on. Okay, big deal. All right, mix and match them. Here we go. I got granimals. All right, I get it. Okay, and they're all approved and chosen by Jeanette. All right, it's okay. This can go. This no. This one, yeah, and that one, Right. Okay, and so we're allowed to go there. So, but we just plan it out. Remember, we're going to review our previous week. It only doesn't take but 20 minutes. 10 minutes of reviewing the previous week. 10 minutes planning our upcoming week, and just have an idea. You know how it's going to blow your mind when you actually have a roadmap, right? That's just a semblance of what your week's going to look like. Just an inkling. It's really cool, all right? Okay. Now, don't worry about it. Once you do 4 million in sales, we'll worry about this stuff, all right? Okay? Anybody here? 4 million last year? Okay, good. Keep worrying, all right? Read it later, all right? All this stuff that's just in the book. You kind of, it's by the way, you can never do everything that's in the book. You don't have to. Do 1 or 2 things and repeat them, all right? 1 or 2 and repeat. Yeah, the committed. Remember, this is simple. I got this, right? We went through, and we're going to say, how'd we do? Hulk, where's Hulk? There he is. All right. Remember, we have written down everything you guys were supposed to do last session. All right, here was we'll get through this for a second. We'll come back in a second to this. All right. That was our list that we had to choose from. Remember, 10 and 11 were non-negotiable. You had to get an accountability partner, and you had to do the Sunday night ritual once, and you had 3 weeks to do a Sunday night ritual, all right? You'll never have 3 weeks again. It'll always be 2 weeks from here on out, all right? So here we are. Wednesday. You know what? We're short on time, so I'm going to ask you this. Who did, because you have 4, right? Because you gave me 2 others. Who did all 4 of theirs?
Every day.
No, because remember, all you had to do, right? This one you had to do once. The blessings book, I just asked you to do, one time. We're going to take small baby steps. I'm way too easy on you guys, but that's all right. Okay? Just going to get started. Do you remember what your things were? You do. That's a good start. Good. Okay, good. Some of them last night were like, yeah, probably a good sign you didn't do it. All right? If you can't remember what you were supposed to have done, all right? So we had to choose the other 2. Like Karen had numbers 2 and 9, right? You were going to do your blessings book and your 10 power notes. How'd you do?
I did great on 2.
Awesome.
9.
You got your cards.
Carried these around with me for 3 weeks everywhere I went.
Good.
I know.
And they're still unwritten.
And they're still in there.
Okay.
This is supposed to be an empty box.
All right, but here's the thing. Guess what? All right, you showed up to take your lumps. Congratulations. You're right. You weren't going to hide under a shell, right? I know.
Especially in that traffic. I wanted to take U-turn so bad.
That's right. Exactly. I could just say,
traffic
yeah.
did my homework.
Exactly. See, right? That's all right. Okay. How about this? You're going to add it to your next one.
Yeah.
All right? Because you got to pay the piper sometime.
Yep.
Right? So you're going to get them done in the next 2 weeks.
Right.
All right? Who's your accountability partner?
Leo.
Okay. Leo, are you going to share with him?
Yes.
Okay.
And you know what? That's the thing I had. Now I have 2 accountability partners. Feels like you and him.
Right. Exactly. Well, Leo's the one that's going to say, you need to tell him.
He gave me something different
Well,
I had to work on. So I was like,
okay. That's fine. Okay, well, Leo, text me. Hey, one of the things I need to make sure I get out between now and 2 weeks from now. Matter of fact, I'm going to give myself.
I'm gonna get smarter.
I'm going to do one in 1 week. I need to do power notes. I need to get these 10 power notes. So in 4 days, I need you to check up on me. Okay, so text him and say that. All right, that's what you need to do. Already got that? Okay. Anybody else? Who did 4 out of 4? Okay. Did you? Awesome. Great job. Which were your other 2?
I was number 1 and number 2.
Number 1 and 2. Awesome. Good. You got those done?
I tried to do them every day.
Yeah.
I didn't get everything,
That's okay.
but I definitely did them.
Awesome. Good deal. You know what? Something we learned last night was kind of interesting. It was cool. One person was doing affirmations, and she said, I wrote them down. Okay? This is powerful right here. So listen to this. I wrote them down. She goes, but here's what I got to work on. As I start to read them, my mind says, mm-mm. And that says about, because guess what, guys? Affirmations are, I'm powerful, I'm strong, I can do this, I'm going to attack the day, all right? All that kind of, those are the affirmations we're talking about, right? But we've had years of negative built in us. It's not going to happen overnight, right? And she was experiencing, but you have to get that breakthrough moment, right? Because you got it. Don't think by you doing it one time, your mind's going to automatically say, oh yeah. All right, we talked about McDougal's are the best, right? Joseph thought my son thought his last name was McDougal's are the best. Seriously, because I didn't grow up that way, right? So I started pouring to him, Joseph, McDougal's are the best, McDougal's are the best, McDougal. So when he first started becoming vocal, somebody would run him, hey, what's your name, little guy? Joseph. What's your last name? McDougal's are the best. He thought his last name was McDougal, and I said, I'm not changing anything. Let him figure that out later. All right, they'll correct that in school. All right, but until then, I'm going to fill him with this, right? And let him just, and so now he's attacking his life like McDougal's are the best. All right, trust me. It's like we go, Dad, a Courtyard, please. Can't we stay at a nicer hotel? I said, yeah, McDougal's are the best. All right, okay, all right, here we go. All right, and so he's got when President's Day is coming up, so he's got Friday off before as well. So he and I are flying back down to go hang out at the beach for the weekend. So it's kind of cool. But and it's not a Courtyard. I tried, but he wouldn't let me do it. All right. But sometimes we have to fight through those affirmations, right? Because your mind's saying, baloney, right? I get it. Trust me, I've been there. So maybe, and if you were raised in a home that had some of this power. I met a lady last night that she was raised in a home that her grandmother taught her mother, who taught her that we plan our week and we get things organized on Sunday night. She goes, so that's just who I am. I said, amen for your grandma, all right? And probably it was great-great-grandma, because it was probably been passed down for a while, right? All right? But if not, if you weren't raised that way like I wasn't, then be that legacy. If you don't have that legacy, then be it. All right, leave that for your kids. All right, and do it. Okay, good deal. All right, awesome, good deal. All right, here's the key, guys. All right, we want to hold you accountable. If you did not do one of the 4, I want you to add it to this list that we're going to do now. All right, it's important. You can't. The other night, I flew late on Monday. Got in late because I had to be up for Tuesday morning's coffee chat, right? So I couldn't fly in on Tuesday morning. So I flew in Monday, got in, and sure enough, got in, checked into the hotel, all right, ready for bed, hit the sack, ready to turn off the light. You know what hit me? I still owe 3 sets of push-ups and sit-ups. Really? I got an early morning tomorrow, right? Excuses started coming, right? Oh, my plane got delayed. Oh boy, trust me, I had all sorts of reasons not to get out of bed and knock out those push-ups and sit-ups, right? I said, no, guess what? I got to face people tomorrow, right? And beat on them for not doing their stuff. So who am I to beat on them if I can't beat on myself? So you know what I said to myself? All right, okay. And I got out of bed, all right, did a set, read a little bit, all right, to rest in between. Did a set, read, and so in about 18 minutes I was done, all right? And I got back, so I missed 18 more minutes of sleep, but I hit the bed knowing I'd knocked out my proper amount of sets, all right? So I get it, all right? But it's real easy to justify, right? All sorts of reasons why, all right? Okay? The bigger reason why is because you're going to feel so much better by doing it. So everybody got those? All right? So here's one of the things. Oh, you know what? Let me go back for a second. Ooh. Okay, so this is what we're going to do this time. This is simple. I got this. We checked on this. All right? Here are your tasks. All right? This will be posted, but it won't be posted until like Thursday or Friday of next week. All right? So you can snap a picture of that. These are not choose one. Okay? Okay? I'll let you choose one. I'll add one down here. All of the above. Okay? So that's the one you get to choose. Time block. 1 day for the next 2 weeks. Okay? How about this? You want me to go easy on you? Time block 1 morning for each day. One morning of 2 weeks. Okay, so not every week, all right? Not every day of every week, just one, right? Just start. Pick Tuesday of next week, all right? I'm going to time block. And I'm just time block the morning, because I found that it's easier to time block the mornings, all right? Because I can control that a little bit. All of a sudden, the afternoons tend to get away from me sometimes, right? So just time block 1 morning, all right? 1 morning. Oh, by the way, in the 1st and 10, part of your 1st and 10 is probably going to be check my voicemail. Because if you're using the voicemail, it says, I return calls between 12 and 1 and again between 4 and 5. All right? If your 1st and 10 tells you, ooh, I'm showing property from 11 to 3 today, you better not promise to return calls between 12 and 1, because you aren't going to deliver. And you have not earned the right to allow it to go to voicemail if you don't have the proper voicemail set up for that day. All right? So just quick heads up. I just thought of that. Time block 1 morning each week. All right? Do the 4 rituals once. All right? Now, how many Sundays are there?
4.
Okay. Between now and when we meet again? 2. All right. Okay, so you're going to have to do one of the 2 Sundays. You're going to have to do the Sunday ritual. The other ones, there are a lot of mornings. Got 14 mornings, so you get choose. Just do the 4 rituals once. Do the morning ritual, the pre-leave ritual, the pre-sleep ritual, and the Sunday night ritual once. Got it? Okay. One success story. I'll give you a waiver on that because we didn't discuss it much. All right? I'll give you a waiver on that. Delete that one. All right? Stay true to your commitments. Remember our commitments: eating well, drinking water, making sure we're finding a place, because I'm going to task you soon. You should begin thinking about where you're going to donate your 4 hours a month, all right, to a nonprofit. Where's that going to be? All right? Find one example of the law of the harvest. Hey, this is a good one. I just thought about this. So I was going through, all right, let me go. I'll come back to this in a second. I'm always looking around, right? So this was a sign above a football field. I was taking Joseph there. His school was playing in the state championship game at a college, right? And we're walking in, all right? And I looked up, and sure enough, on the sign, trust the process. All right? Those guys, as that football team would walk through there, they would look up and say, trust the process. Because are we focused? No, we focus on results. I get it, all right? But we trust the process. And that's the law of the harvest. That's an example of the law of the harvest, right? If I plant the seeds, that's the process, the harvest will come. If I sow, I will reap, all right? So it was just a reminder. I said, when I saw that, it said trust the process, I said law of the harvest, all right? Check this one. This is out at the gym at the Hampton Inn where I was staying. All right. They have those little sayings on the mirror. All right. I loved it. I looked over. I don't know if you can read that. You know what it says? Act now, comma, feel good later. Wow. That's a law of the harvest, right? Act now, feel good later. Okay, not feel good later just because. Got to act, right? How am I going to act? How am I going to feel good later? Because I acted, right? I did something, earned the right. Okay, act now, feel good later. All right. So I want you to keep your eyes open. I want you to find an example like that. You don't have to take a picture of it. You can just say, hey, you know, I read this little quote. All right, it reminded me of the law of the harvest. All right, because we get our minds off of the law of the harvest. So I want you to think about a quote from the law of the harvest. All right, so that's what that is. Here's our next task to read. All right, read The Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino. It's a good book. Greatest Salesman in the World, Og Mandino. Here's this. You're going to find 10 scrolls in there. Between now and 2 weeks from now, go through the first 5 scrolls. Okay, read half the book. All right, want to read it all? You're probably going to, it's thin. I'm not asking you to read War and Peace. All right, it's a quick read. It'll blow your mind.
Was he the guy that sold the cleaning products door to door?
He wasn't a cleaning products guy. He ended up he's got an incredible story. If you get a chance, by the way, once you read Og Mandino, you will never stop reading Og Mandino. I guarantee that, because he's got about 7 or 8, 9, 10 quality books. They're allegories, stories. What's that?
It's on YouTube too.
Yeah, it's a YouTube.
While you're driving.
Yeah, there's all sorts of free, because he's been around forever, right? So there are free versions out there. Download the free Audible version. I bet you could find it someplace. Somebody read it. It's an incredible. It'll blow your mind, and it's not what you think.
I thought it was a movie. I thought I saw
Okay, you might have seen it. Okay, yeah, this is a little bit different because this is actually set way back. Okay, Babylonian era. Okay, the book is. All right, so take a look at it. Greatest Salesman in the World. All right, 3 contracts or 1 selfie of you in front of a traffic generating event. It's the only way you're out of it, right? Either you show me and you go to Paperless Pipeline and verify. I got 3 contracts. Oh, do you? I happen to have access to everybody's file on Paperless Pipeline. Oh, I haven't loaded it yet. Yeah. Why haven't you loaded it yet if it's under contract? I'm not talking about a maybe potential, I might have a contract someday if all the stars aligned. I'm talking, I want 3 contracts or a selfie of you in front of a traffic generating event. All right, everybody got that? Fair enough? Okay. And continue to share your successes and challenges on the Facebook group page. People need to hear your story. They do. Hey, you know what? And your struggle. It's okay. Share that. That's a very open, friendly page. All right? Share a struggle, man. Chris Light. You guys know Chris Light? He's in. He goes, man, what a roller coaster ride the real estate is. I'm in, but I'm down. And then all of a sudden, he's like, oh, now we're back on track. And then at the end, last night, about 11:30, oh, yeah, 260,000 deal fell apart. All right, okay? Right? It's just, it's a story of life. He's like, high, low, high, low, high, low. And that was the last hour. Okay, right? And I get that, right? So, but share that. You got to have a group that commiserates with you, right? Understands you. I feel your pain, right? Go all Bill Clinton on you and point with the thumb. I feel your pain, all right? Okay, get it on you. Okay, he understands that, all right? So with that in mind, that's where we are. Cool? All right. So everybody know your tasks. If you missed any of your 4, you have to do those. So 10 power notes you add to that. All right. I know it's not easy, right? If it were easy, you wouldn't make $100,000 doing it. Right? Okay, nothing worth $100,000 is easy. But that's the good news, because if it were easy, then everybody would be doing it and you couldn't make $100,000. Right? Because it'd be too easy. Takes some work. Fair enough? Questions? Those are your commitments. You guys all know those. You got those memorized, right? Of course you do. All right? We're going to finish. Cool? Questions I can do? All right? I am right on time. 2 hours, just like I told you. Is that what I told you? Did I say 11:30? Oh, I said 11? 11. Did I? All right, sorry. I try. I really do.
We got more for our money.
Here's the thing. It's been 3 weeks. All right? It's been 3 weeks. Yeah, you got more for your money. All right? Exactly. The hours per dollar spent.
Right.
Holy smokes. All right? Good. Any questions I can answer? All right? Good. You're dismissed. May benedict you. All right? Okay. May the real estate gods bless you. May he watch over you and protect you, all right? And bring you all sorts of commission dollars flowing from heaven, all right? Okay, have a great day. Good to see you. All right.
You got 1 second.